Uncle messaged me on Facebook with 5 words that shattered my entire world. How was the funeral, sweetheart? What funeral? I typed back, deleted it, tried again with steadier fingers. Uncle Jerry, what funeral? I stood up from my desk so fast my chair rolled backward into the wall. Uncle Jerry's typing bubbles started and stopped like he kept changing his mind. Then finally, your grandparents' memorial service last Saturday. Your mom sent beautiful photos. Sorry I couldn't make it. The words hit me like a physical blow. My grandparents had died 6 months ago when black ice on Route 47 sent their car off the road, the same road where Grandpa taught me to drive, where he'd white-knuckle the door handle every time I took a turn. We'd cremated them, and Mom said we were waiting for summer to scatter the ashes when everyone could gather properly. I'd been calling her every single week from college, asking when we'd have the service, making sure I wouldn't miss it, so I called her immediately. She picked up on the 3rd ring with her usual bright voice, asking about finals like this was any other day. Mom, Uncle Jerry just asked me about a funeral. The silence stretched on too long. That particular pause where someone's calculating their next move. Her voice came back different, careful. Oh, the memorial service. Last Saturday at the Maple Grove. I wish you could have made it. My stomach dropped through the floor. What do you mean you wish I could have made it? You never told me about it. She sighed the way she always did when she thought I was being difficult. Emma, of course I told you. You said you had finals. You told me Friday night you were too overwhelmed with school. I pulled up my call history while she talked, scrolling through weeks of unanswered questions about the memorial plans. Mom, I didn't call you Friday. We haven't talked since Tuesday when I asked you again about funeral plans, and finals were 3 weeks ago. You're misremembering things, sweetie. Stress does that. Send me photos of the funeral. They arrived within seconds, and each one felt like another knife twisting in my chest. My entire family gathered at Uncle Pete's Maple Grove, where Grandpa had taught me to tap trees, where Grandma and I spread quilts for Sunday picnics. 40 people standing in a circle with their heads bowed. Cousins from 3 states away, church ladies in their good black dresses. Everyone I knew and loved gathered to say goodbye. Everyone except me. Why didn't anyone think it was strange I wasn't there? My voice was rising despite my efforts to stay calm. We told them you had finals. Everyone understood that education comes first. I scrolled through months of our text messages with growing desperation. Dozens of messages from me. Any update on the memorial? Have you picked a date? Please let me know ASAP. Her responses were all the same meaningless deflection. Still figuring it out. We'll let you know. Don't worry about it. You never actually told me when it was happening, I said, my voice breaking. Emma, you're being hysterical. You made your choice to stay at school. The accusation knocked the wind out of me. She was rewriting history in real time, turning me into the villain. What choice? I was never told. Mom's voice hardened. The whole family saw you weren't there. Aunt Carol kept saying how heartbroken your grandmother would have been. I stood up and started pacing my dorm room, my free hand clenched into a fist. The worst part was imagining them all standing there, shaking their heads at my empty space in the circle. Mom, what exactly did you tell them about why I wasn't there? Her voice turned smug. I told them you called to say your goodbyes privately, that you wanted to remember them alive, not at a funeral. Everyone thought it was very mature. You made up an entire phone call? I gave you an out. You should be thanking me. I wanted to throw my phone at the wall. An out? I was sitting here all weekend doing nothing. The words came out as a scream. If you'd told me, I would have been there. Creating fantasies isn't healthy, Emma. Then show me where you told me. Show me anything. There was a long pause. I could picture her in her kitchen, probably making tea like nothing was wrong, like she hadn't just destroyed my entire relationship with our family. I don't need to prove anything, she said with icy calm. Everyone was there. Everyone knows what kind of granddaughter you are. Suddenly, all those weird texts from last week made sense. Relatives I hadn't heard from in months had been messaging me out of nowhere, thinking of you. Your grandparents would be so proud. Focus on your education, that's what matters. I'd been confused, wondering why everyone was suddenly checking in. Now I understood. They'd all been at the funeral. They all thought I knew about it and chose not to come. She'd painted me as the selfish granddaughter who picked school over saying goodbye. My phone rang an hour later. It was my brother, his voice strange. Mom just told Dad that girl needs her mother to spoon-feed her family obligations. Dad yelled, you never told her, and Mom said she should have known. It's not my responsibility to track down someone who moved away. I felt sick. She never told me. My brother's response was flat. Nope, and she knows it. After he hung up, I sent my mother one final text. You're sick. You lost a daughter today because you couldn't admit you forgot. When you're old and I don't show up, remember this moment.